Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise for the entrance of the official party. Be seated. Manadawe Hutsi. Lieutenant Colonel Corey Bryce. And it's my pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for today's event. We're so very happy that you are joining us live in person and virtually for the Native American Heritage Month event hosted by the Department of Defense. The theme, Affirming Native Voices, visibility, leadership, and service are well represented today throughout the event on the podium, on the stage, and throughout the audience. Welcome to all those who took time out of your extremely busy schedules to be here for this event. Many of you traveled well outside of the Capital Beltway. We also want to thank and appreciate those who are dialing in virtually. Today we have a very unique opportunity to hear compelling stories of our Native American service members and experience Native American cultural aspects most do not get the opportunity to see. You will hear traditional Native American songs performed by Ralph and Dennis Zotai of the Zotai Singers around what we refer to as the big drum. You will see a procession of Native American warrior women in the Kiowa black leggings, the Tonkonga, veterans and warriors all. You will see the future of our people in the Jemez Valley High School dance group. This event has brought many hands, hearts, and minds together to advance Native American cultural understanding across the Department of Defense, led in no small part by Ms. Alicia Sylvester and a team of OSD, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and civilian teammates who planned this event. Thank you all very much for your tireless efforts to see this event from concept to production. For those who are unaware, there are approximately today 574 federally recognized tribes across our country. There are many hundreds of more who do not have federal recognition. assembled here today is less than 0.1% of those tribes present in our nation. Native Americans serve in our armed forces at a higher rate than any other population group in our country. I ask our Native American and Native American descended veterans and service members to please stand. Please be seated. During our event, you may hear Native American women, like you just heard, echo a sound that we refer to as a lulu. The lulu is an expression of strength, honor, and a moment of significant meaning. You may even hear some men giving a war cry for the same reasons. In keeping with our way of honoring those who came before us and those who defend us still today, the songs you will hear performed by the Zotai singers to render honors to our veterans will be through a veteran song. The color guard will then march into that song. And then we will hear Ms. Butler perform a national anthem. After the national anthem, the singers will perform the Kiowa flag song, followed by a memorial song, followed by a victory song to dance the colors out. The victory song celebrates our warriors and recognizes their deeds in battle. The words to the Kiowa flag song in English translate essentially, this flag, raise it high, revere it, something good has taken place. The other songs also have words and convey a meaning. Ms. Melanie Butler, the Acting Director of Integration, Deputy Chief of Staff, Army G8, will sing our national anthem for us. The Color Guard, which includes the Native Women Warriors Association and the Kiowa Black Leggings, Tonkonga, will march in our colors, will march in the Kiowa tribal flag in honor of their tribal chairman, Chairman Lawrence Spotted Bird, who is a member of Tonkonga and carries the Kiowa flag. They will also have their society staffs. Please rise, if you can rise, as we render honors to our nation and pay respects to our veterans.
Hey! Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Bear with me for one moment while I weapons. Making his way down the ramp is a young man who will be providing our invocation. Staff Sergeant retired Parker Imhula. His daughter Michelle will be bringing him down the ramp here shortly. I have a much longer introduction for Staff Sergeant retired Parker Imhula that I'll provide when he gives his remarks as our featured speaker. Test, test. So ladies and gentlemen, Staff Sergeant retired Parker Imhula will be providing, as I said, the invocation in his traditional tongue of Kiowa, Koigu. On the screens you will see the translation in English. We ask that you bow your heads and pray in your faith.
Uncle Begadoki. Ahodi Atonga. And the key docky get up Begado. Dot they on the get by home daughter. I on the key got topea. Target they don't on me. Key die oi bon a hoit don't care. Dot they on the get by home daughter. I on the key got topea get up Begadoki. Sole to good oi do. Sole mayo pe do Begadok. Papa top a guy top Begadoki. Colbert de solo gedona. Tope your target the toy oi time top Begada. They got a own time top Begada. Okay. That they on the on a cool top Begada. They on the gate for your daughter. Solo the dog sata. Solo the on the Begada. Okay. Da tape coat ne do me. Come ne do. They giggle do Begada. Go good day alle do Begada. They arm Kakon Wavada Begada. Oi do. Go the tenga got door. Oh, go they can go on pie do Begada. Dog target him do Begada. Dot they on the gap by dog ain't no keep out. They do own tanto Begada. Solen they do sata. Dot they on the ain't how tanto Begada. They on the gap by daughter. Hey go out don't pond to Begada. Dot they do own tanto ain't on the key doctor Begada. I can't pay to Jesus. Amen. Amen. Ah, cool.
Our first speaker for today is the Honorable Brendan Owens. Honorable Owens was sworn in as Assistant Secretary of Defense for Energy, Installations, and Environment on January 26, 2023. No small task. He oversees the Department of Defense's real property. The portfolio encompasses millions of acres, over 500,000 buildings and structures at more than 500 installations. And additionally, he serves as a Chief Sustainability Officer, Chief Housing Officer for the Department of Defense. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Owens.
So as Colonel Bryce just mentioned, I've been in this job almost 2 years. And I've been in this room several times over the course of those 2 years. And I've never seen it feel or felt it feel this way. This is a truly remarkable thing. Generally speaking, this room is filled with people who dress like me, who carry around binders that look like this. And inside the binder, there's a front page that usually has everybody's schedule on it for the day, and everybody is secretly checking their schedule as to where they're going next during the meetings that they're having in here. I don't think that's happening today here. So thanks very much for joining us. I'm Brendan Owens. I'm the ASD for Energy Installations and Environment. And I want to take a moment to welcome everyone to this important event. I want to particularly start off by thanking our sponsors. This is a great event, and we pulled together a remarkable group of folks to be able to celebrate what we're going to be celebrating, and advance the conversation about how we recognize and do better and see the incredible people that are serving in our military right now across all the branches, across all the states. Particularly, I want to thank Alicia Sylvester, who is DoD's Senior Tribal Advisor and Liaison, for helping us create this event. Yeah, thanks. Where you at? I'll find you in a second. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Right up front. Right in a good seat. Right. Excellent. Yeah. Right. Really bright lights. I also want to thank the military departments, the Joint Indigenous Collaboration Team from the United States Army, from the Department of the Army, the Indigenous Nations Equality Team from the Department of the Air Force, and the Office of the Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Energy Installations and Environment, which is led by the Honorable Meredith Berger, for their work today, pulling together all the work that we're going to be, all the things that we're going to be celebrating today. I really am honored and humbled to join you in commemorating the Native American Heritage Month and celebrating the service and sacrifices of our nation's Native American veterans and active duty service members. It's thrilling to be among so many tribal leaders, Native American veterans, active duty service members, and Native American colleagues in federal service who have joined us here today. Being among so many of you, distinguished Native American service members and decorated veterans, it gives us an opportunity to hear your insights, to hear about your extraordinary service to your country and to your heritage. And it is, I guess I wasn't ready for how deeply moving this moment feels right now. So thank you for that. Staff Sergeant Emula, you honor us with your demonstration of the warrior spirit and your heritage and bravery throughout 2 different wars. Thank you. Also, thanks to your family. They served as well, even if they weren't in uniform. I think anyone who is part of the military family knows that our families serve alongside the people who are in uniform, so thank you for that very much. I also look forward to the insight that we will get from hearing about the lived experiences and barriers that have been overcome and the successes of our guest speakers over the course of this afternoon. So please join me in thanking many of our outstanding performers who have joined us today to provide inspirational song, music, dance, and education about Native American veterans and their traditions and service, including the Native American Women Warriors Association, who were the lead color guard for this event. It was made up of 5 women veterans who have served valiantly, and as have their members across the nation. In addition, the Kiowa Black Leggings Warrior Society for a moving support of the presentation of the colors. As I said, I've been in this room several different times, and even when the Secretary of Defense is sitting up there, who has an incredible voice. I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to hear Secretary Austin talk. He's got some looking up to do from my perspective from now on in this room. And also for the Black Leggings Warrior Society for commemorating our American prisoners of war missing in action and unaccounted for. A special thank you to Lawrence Spotted Bird, chairman of the Kiowa Tribe of Oklahoma, for honoring us by leading the society members here today. We applaud you for your service and thank you for being here. Traditional dance performers, I've been told by Alicia to really look forward to this part of it. From the Jemez Valley dance groups and various New Mexico tribes. The Buffalo dance that you're going to do is something that, again, I've been told to really look forward to, so make sure you bring it on that side of things. And I think importantly to something that Colonel Bryce mentioned, your commitment to preserving and practicing the culture. Making sure that it is something that is enduring and vibrant as we go forward. The Zotai Singers for inspiring us through your uplifted voices and your tributes throughout today's event. It truly is a blessing to hear the singing and the drum beats throughout the halls, the corridors of the Pentagon today. I'm extraordinarily proud to join you in commemorating National Native American Heritage Month and celebrating the service and sacrifices of our nation's Native American active duty service members and veterans. The theme of this third annual DoD celebration of Native American Heritage Month is affirming Native voices, visibility, leadership, and service. We must all help amplify the voices of those who join us today and their many colleagues across the services. I hope that being here today and joining us online helps us all learn, appreciate, and testify to all the good things that come from this diversity, and the patriots that come to serve in their country. DoD recognizes, as Colonel Bryce mentioned, that American Indian and Alaskan Native men and women serve in the armed forces at 5 times the national average, more than any other group. And they've served with distinction. They've served with distinction for 200 years. As Native Americans, veterans, and current active duty service members have pledged their service to the nation, the Department of Defense is committed to fulfilling its legal and moral responsibilities to tribes originating from the federal trust responsibility. The EI&E portfolio, the office that I have the privilege of leading, includes the DoD Native American Affairs Program and the DoD Native American Land Environmental Mitigation Program. It is an honor to work alongside my colleagues in DoD and the military departments on all matters concerning tribal nations, and I'm proud that DoD hired its first permanent senior tribal advisor and liaison in October of 2022. That's Alicia Sylvester, a Pueblo. Alicia is a member of the Pueblo Jemez, and her service in this role really is bringing a renewed understanding of how we can work together better. Alicia is a great teacher. She's patient, she's kind, she's understanding, and our team benefits from Alicia's expertise every day, some of us more than others. I'm talking about me. It's me. I'm talking. I have the benefit of Alicia's generosity and patience more so than anybody else on the team. So it's great to have her in the mix. Thank you for the opportunity to share a few words of welcome with you. I look forward to learning from everyone on our vibrant and full agenda. And now I am pleased to welcome or I could just vamp for 2 minutes. I'm seeing signs right there. Let me just talk a little bit about the deputy for a few minutes. I've never heard her sing, so maybe we could extract that out of her. But one of the things that is important to understand about the way that the Pentagon works is that when the secretary or the deputy secretary spend time on an issue, the rest of the enterprise notices. Right, so the fact that she is here today, and I don't have to vamp for too much longer, is a testament to how seriously this administration and this group of leaders in the Pentagon considers these issues. It has been an extraordinary honor to be a part of listening to their perspective, understanding this, and then taking their direction, taking their commander's intent, and driving it throughout the enterprise. We have any number of places, and Meredith Berger, who's here to share some thoughts today about that, will certainly share some of the successes that we've had. But that all springs from the leadership of the department. And it doesn't get more leadership-y than the secretary and the deputy secretary. And she's the importance of thank you. I'm getting a 1-minute sign. Yeah, I'm doing fine. All right, great. she's going to do what's going to happen is she's going to come in and she's going to do way better than me, which is extraordinarily frustrating. But again, I think it's one of those things where, you end up with just wanting to be a part of the leadership orbit of people who serve in this capacity, and nobody's been doing that with more honor and with more dignity than Dr. Hicks over the course of the time that she's been in the administration, leading efforts like this. One song. Yeah, I feel like there's a drum up there that somebody could go up and or I could go up and give it a whack. No, I don't think that's not a good idea. Is this on? Yeah. Nice. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure and also great relief to introduce the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Dr. Kathleen Hicks.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a great crowd, and I was able to catch that wonderful last musical interlude, and I'm sure there are many more to come. It's such a pleasure to be with you here today for the celebration of Native American Heritage Month. Today, we're celebrating the resilient and proud Native communities across this country, and we commemorate the numerous and invaluable contributions of Native peoples in public service. As stewards of our waters and lands, as teachers and police officers, and as service members and teammates who ensure our national security each and every day. I want to acknowledge the teams who've put today's event together. The Office of the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Energy Installations and Environment, thank you to Assistant Secretary Owens and his team. The Department of the Army, the Department of the Navy, and the Department of the Air Force Indigenous Nations Equality Team. I want to thank each and every one of you for your efforts to organize this phenomenal program. I'd also like to acknowledge the tribal leaders, veterans, active duty service members, and civilian personnel of Native American heritage joining us today. Thank you for your service and for all that you do in defense of this nation. Since the Revolutionary War, Native Americans have served in every major conflict, in civilian posts and as uniformed service members. And they've represented a diversity of tribal nations. Veterans like Jack C. Montgomery, Ernest Childers, Pappy Boyington, and Woodrow Keeble, all of whom have received the nation's highest military decoration, the Medal of Honor. Native American Heritage Month is a time to remember and share their remarkable stories. I hope you'll take time to visit the Pentagon Metro entrance, where you'll see posters about the many contributions of Native American veterans throughout our history. Their stories demonstrate that if you have a calling to serve in our nation's military and you're eligible to answer that call, your commitment and your patriotism do not require you to check who you are or your traditions at the door. In World War I, Native code talkers made an enduring impact on our military operations by using their tribal languages to transmit disguised messages that couldn't be broken. Between World War I and World War II, more than 500 Native American service members across 20 tribes used their tribal languages to keep our military operational plans secret and help secure the Allies' victory. The U.S. military continued and broadened that successful strategy in World War II. Decades later, Congress acknowledged the code talkers' valor, especially in light of the discrimination they endured. With the Code Talkers Recognition Act, they remarked, at a time when Indians were discouraged from practicing their native culture, a few brave men used their cultural heritage, their language, to help change the course of history. Our collective strength, including our military strength, is greater for the rich cultural tapestry on which our nation draws. Indigenous service members continue to make history every day, and we are privileged to have some of these history makers in the room right now. Moments ago, I know you were honored to have retired Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Parker Mhula lead the invocation. Notably, his military career included tours in Korea and Vietnam. In fact, more than 50 years ago, around this time, Sergeant Mhula was deployed in a combat zone in Vietnam. And later in the program, you'll hear remarks from Admiral Calvin Foster, the first Muskogee citizen to achieve the rank of Rear Admiral. Today, tens of thousands of service members and veterans identify as American Indian or Alaska Native. In fact, Indigenous service members are represented in our armed forces at 5 times the average of any other group. We are grateful that the military gets to benefit from the talent and expertise that they bring. In turn, we strive to listen to our American Indian and Alaska Native service members to ensure their voices are taken into account, especially on issues that uniquely impact them and their communities. And we continue to work on expanding opportunities to all qualified Americans who have a desire to serve. That is our commitment to you for your contributions to our military today and throughout our nation's history. I'm so honored to have been able to come down here and join you for this celebration. I know the rest of the program is going to be fantastic, and thank you very much for having me.
Honorable Hicks, thank you, ma'am. Your dedication to service and to our nation and working to provide cultural understanding across the Department of Defense. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me if I get a little bit choked up on this next piece. Our featured speaker for today. Sorry, I didn't mean to. He gets mad when I yell at the microphone. Sorry, AV guy. Today, our featured speaker is a man whom I hold in high regard. Not just because he's my uncle, a man I love dearly, but because of his dedication to service to our nation and service to the people. My Segi, uncle. When I asked him, Segi, what name should I introduce you with? He has 4 names. He has his English name, Parker Imhula, and he has 3 Kiowa names given to him throughout 3 stages of his life, given to him in the old way by the elders. He took a moment to think about it, and by a moment I mean like maybe a second. He looked at me and he said, Domete. Because that's what Tina calls me. Domete translates roughly into covered a lot of ground or traveled around the world. This name was given to, it's his second name, was given to him after his second tour in Vietnam. Parker Imhula, Staff Sergeant retired, United States Marine Corps, is an enrolled member of the Kiowa tribe of Oklahoma, the Koigu. He's a member of Tonkonga, Black Leggings, a member of the Ohoma Lodge, which is a society that's been in existence since the time before it was illegal to practice our traditional ways. His wife, Tina, my auntie, her maiden name is Tina Parker. She is a descendant of Chief Quanah Parker, the last chief of the Comanche. Staff Sergeant retired Imhula, enlisted in the Marine Corps, 24 September 1951. While he was fighting in the Korean War, he experienced temperatures 50 degrees below zero. While he was fighting in the Korean War, 50 degrees below zero. Think about that. In my deployments, I was never that cold. The hottest we got was 135 degrees. I don't know which one I'd rather have, though. His 30-year career includes, as you've heard, tour in Korea during the Korean War, the Cuban blockade. When I hear Segi, Staff Sergeant Imhula, refer to the Cuban blockade, he tells me, I stepped out the barracks door where we were quartered, and there were ships everywhere. So you could walk ship to ship. There were so many ships. That's the closest that we've been in recent history to a third world war. He was at the forefront of it. Tip of the spear. 2 tours in Vietnam. One of his most significant tours in Vietnam, he spent in a foxhole Thanksgiving Day with one of his younger brothers. Thanksgiving Day in a foxhole with one of his younger brothers, who he didn't know was in Vietnam at the time, until he got a letter sent from his mom, or their mother, to his commanding officer. He said, "Hey, you recognize his handwriting?" He goes, "Yes, sir, it's my mom." Well, first, let me back up on that story a little bit. He's going to run supplies up to some fellow Marines. Another Marine knocks on the door of the truck and says, "Hey, Commander wants to see you." He goes, "Well, you tell him I'm busy. I got stuff I got to do. These Marines up here need this." That's the kind of Marine he was. His Marines always came first. His family always comes first, because the Marines are his family, just as if they were his blood. Comes in, sees the commander. You recognize his handwriting. It's my mom's handwriting. Says my brother's here in Vietnam. He was supposed to go and pass, take a 4-day pass out of country, get some rest and relaxation. He's like, "I want to go up north and see my baby brother." He's like, "The Jeep's waiting outside." Goes in a Jeep, sees his baby brother. Next thing you know, they're getting attacked by the Viet Cong. So they're hanging out inside his brother's foxhole on Thanksgiving Day, sharing sea rations. It's the kind of man my uncle is. His awards and decorations include Republic of Korea Defense Medal, the National Defense Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Presidential Unit Citation, United Nations Ribbon, Korean Service Ribbon with 2 bronze stars, the Korean Ambassador for Peace Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal, Good Conduct Ribbon, Expert Rifleman Badge, Expert Sharpshooter, Expert Pistol Badge. We've all heard the motto, every Marine is a rifleman, right, Marines? Yesterday, for the first time, Staff Sergeant retired Mhula had the opportunity to go to the Marine Corps Museum. They have an indoor shooting range there for those who don't know. Right? It's a simulated shooting range. 93 years old, sitting in his wheelchair. Expert. From a seated, military folks will understand when I say this, unsupported position, 90%. I'm just saying my uncle still's got it. With an M1 Garand, they asked him, said, "What do you want to use?" "I want that M1, because that's what I carried in Korea and Vietnam." That's what he said. Iron sights on that M1. Just like, I think that deserves a hoorah! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my Segi, my uncle, Staff Sergeant retired, Parker M. Hula, USMC.
I don't think I better stand.
Okay, Segi. Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours, Segi.